The following program is presented by Ballinran Entertainment. As Southwestern Ontario's largest film, television, and digital media studio, we illuminate extraordinary stories, sharing them with the world.
And now, of course, the moment that we've all been waiting for. My jaw was at the floor. I could not believe what I saw.
This is like the story of my life here.
Well, first of all, I don't know how I ended up with the heavy end of this thing.
Now, I am here in a 1959 Corvette. 350,000 folks. This is an exciting moment in Canadian history. We sold it. Well, good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I don't think we've ever felt such anticipation for an auction since we started. Isn't it true?
Yesterday at the preview, very, very well-attended preview, and just exciting to see the buzz around our material history here in Canada.
As Canadians rediscover their history, we are selling these items item by item, and it truly does celebrate who we are in the Canadian identity. Grenfell rug, mallards in flight. Of course, the Grenfell story can all be followed in Miller Times. Did a great story on the Grenfell mission. Here's one of the rugs. Great color on that, too. $950, $1,000. $950, $1,000. Great color, too. At $951, there's a bargain. $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 now. It's a nice one. $1,112, $1,112, $1,300 now. That's what you want is color. $1,300, $1,400. At $13, now $14. Took it $1,500 now. Mallards in flight. At $14, $1,500 now. Join the flight at $14, $15. It's all properly tagged too. At $14, $15. Took it $1,600 now. At $15, $1,600, $1,700 now. At $17, $1,800 now. $17, $1,800 now, $1,900. At $1,800, $1,900 now. At $1,800, $1,900 now. Fair warning, at $18,000, $1,900. It's a great one. At $18,000, $19,000, gotta run, gotta go. Still, yes, $19,000, took it. $2,000 now, your turn. $2,000 now. That's a winner. $2,250 then. $2,250, such action. $2,000, $2,250. Properly tagged, and it's got that great color. $22.50, $2,500. At $2,250 and $25. Took it $2,750. Wow, you talk about nice. $2,500, $2,750. Your turn. Gotta run. Gotta go. $25, $27.50. Anybody else want in? The best of the best today. We promise that. At $25, $27 coming down. $25, $27.50 now. $3,000, $3,000, $3,000. $2,753. At $2,753. $3,000. Anybody else want in? It's worth the fight. $2,753 coming down. At $2,753. Fair warning. $2,753. Anybody else? $2,753. Where? Sold right there. Lot 66, Adam and Eve. Ah, yes, the fabled tale, Adam and Eve, the quilt. Some fabulous, fabulous quilts today, many coming from the legendary Fagan collection. The most discerning eyes have seen the textiles that we're selling today, and many from that wonderful collection. Jerry and Marlene, the late Marlene, the wonderful Marlene. What an exciting day to be representing this content from the best of the best collections across our country. $1,600, $1,700 now. $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $1,900 now. When they're gone, they're gone. It's the best of the best. $2,000, $22.50. The best of the best. $2,250, $2,250 now. At $2,250 now. At $2,000, $22.50, $25, $27. Want it on the phone, Ben? $3,000. You can't be three. We've got three on the thing. $3,000 can't be that one. $3,000 now. At $3,000. $3,000, $32.50, $3,000, $32.50 now. At $3,000, $32.50. Now Ben's in on the phone. $2,500, $25, yes. $35, $37.50, pardon me. $37.50 now. $4,000, $4,000, $4,000. This is exquisite. This is exquisite. $42.50, $45, $7.50 now. This is exquisite. 47.50, 5,000. It's exquisite. 5.55, 5 now. 55 where? At 55, 6,000. This is exquisite. 6,000, 6,500, 7,000, 7,000, 75, 75, 8,000. This is exquisite. 8,500 now. At 8,085 took it Ben. 9,000. The money's with Ben Lennox. 95. Yes, 9,500 Ben, and 10,000 please. 11,000. What a treasure. 10,000. 11 took it. 12,000. What a treasure. 12,000. 13,000. What a treasure. 14,000. 13, 14. At 13, 14, 15,000. A treasure. Museum piece. 14, 15, it's a museum piece. At 14, 15, where will you ever find another example of this? As good as it gets, as good as it gets. At 14,000 only, 15,000, 14, 15,000. As the value of money diminishes day by day, look at what you're buying here, a treasure. 14,000, 15, your turn. At 14,000, 15,000, wow. Can you... Thank you, Ben. 15,000 on the telephone, 16,000, 16,000, 17,000. Can you count the number of images in this? Butterflies, fish, fruit, vegetables, beetles. Wow, that's exciting. 16, 17, anybody else want in? Fair warning then, my hammer's in the air. Are they certain, Ben? 16, 17. One more bid might do it. 16, 17, anybody else? Coming down, 16, 17, where? So exciting today to be selling the best of the best in Canadiana here through Miller & Miller Auctions. Miller & Miller Auctions is where the Canadiana community comes to unite. Thank you so much for joining us. We exist for the sole purpose of serving you, the audience that collects this stuff. 67 is the Sunburst quilt with birds, the best of the best, for $25.50 now, $25.50. It doesn't get any better than this. $450 now, $75, $500 now. It doesn't get any better than this. $500, $550 now, $556, $550, $600 now. At $600, $650 now. At $650 took it, can't even keep up. $700 bids everywhere. At $650, $700 now. Where? At $657. At $650 now. $700 where on the Sunburst. Wow, just bursting with color. $700, $750 now. At $750 took it with Ben on the phone. $800 now. Good work, thank you. $758, $50 now. Where? Gotta run, gotta go. Fair warning. $800. $850 on the Starburst. Get your bids in. Took it online. Now $900. Don't miss this one. Don't lose this one. These are the best of the best today. $900, $950. $900, $950. At $900, $950 now on the Starburst, exploding with color. $900, $950, gotta run, gotta go. At $950, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Take a look at the zigzag border, just absolutely bursting with color. At $950, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Took it, $1,100 now. These are as good as it gets. It's the best of quilts today, many from the Jerry and Marlene Fagan collection. What an exciting day it is. 1,011. 1,011. Your turn. Got to run. 1,011. Fair warning. Hammers up. Coming down at 1,011. Anybody else? 1,000. 1,100. Where? Coming down. I sold 1,000. 68. We moved to the Niagara quilt. This is a storied quilt. In fact, it's illustrated. It's a marvelous, marvelous piece. Take a look at what you see. 22 and a half, 2,500. 22 and a half, 2,500. As good as it gets. Too late, 27.50. At 25, 27 and a half. Ben's in on the phone at 27.50. 3,000, 32 and a half, 3,500. Can't even keep track. 32 and a half, 5, 750 now. At 37.50, 4,000. Bid now, please. 37.54, 4,000, 42 and a half. It's on the phone. 4,500. Back at you. 42 and a half, 45, 45. It's illustrated. Illustrated, 47.50, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 55 now at 55, 6,000. Museum quality should be in the ROM, 6,000, 65, 7,000. Can't even keep up at 65, 7. Should be in the ROM, ROM at 65, 7. At 6,500, 7,000. You are buying museum quality today, properly signed, 1851. Doesn't get any better than this, and you know it. 65.7 got to run. 65.7 at 65.7. What a piece we're selling now. It is fully signed and dated. Signed and dated. 65.7. 65.7 and documented. 65.7 got to run. Thank you, Ben, on the phone. 75. Yes, now 8,000. I wouldn't let go of this. The colors pop, it's signed, it's dated. 75.8. Own the best of the best. It only comes up once in a decade. 75.8. Once in a decade. 75.8. When it's gone, it's gone. 75.8. When it's gone, it's gone. Got to run. 75.8. We're selling the best of the best. 75.8 coming down. 75.8. Anybody else want in? At 7,500. 8,000. Where? Coming down. 75.8. Fair warning. Sold it right there. Well done. That was part of the Jerry and Marlene Fagan collection. What an exciting day today. Star of Bethlehem quilts with birds. Another great one here at 1,200, 1,300 now. Best of the best, 12, 1,300 now. Best of the best, 14, 1,500 now. Your turn, 14, 1,500 now. You're still out, 14, 15. Yes, 16, 1,700. You're still out at 16, 17, 1,800. 17, 1,800 now. Wow, look at the color in these quilts. 18, 1,900 now. At 18, 19, 2,000 now. 2,000 now. 2,000 at 19.2, 22 and a half. The colors pop. 2,000. How did it survive? 2,500 at 2,000. 22 and a half. 2,500 now at 22.50, 25. 22.50, 25. Living color. 22 and a half. 25. Your turn at 22 and a half. 25. Got to run. Got to go. Got to run. Got to go. Anybody else want in at 22.50 and 2,500? Fair warning at 25,750. Got to run. 25. 7.5. 3,000 now. Where at 27.50? The best of the best today. 27.50, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Anybody else at 27.5 now? 3,000. Where? Coming down. Hammers up. Coming down. Should be in a book. 27.50, 3,000, 32 and a half. Took it again. 3,500, 3,500, 3,500, 32 and a half. 35. It's with Ben at 32 and a half and 35. It's with Ben at 32 and a half. 35 on the telephone. Fair warning. Coming down at 32.50, 35. Anybody else? 32.50, 35. Where? Coming down. Sold 32.50. Thank you. 69 turns to 70 as we move through more excitement today. Take a look at this Ontario 19th century bed rug. I'll tell you, the best of the best today. This one, found used as a horse blanket in Alma Township. Wow, so exciting. 42 and a half, 4,500. Take a look at the composition here and take a look at the story that comes with it. So exciting. 4,500, 47.50. At 45,750, 5,000 now where? At 5,000 now where? All day long. 5,050, 500 now 6,000 now where? At 55.6. What a piece. What a celebration at 55.6. Wow, it's a splash of color with an incredible story. Take a look at those Scotch thistles, all connected with the Scottish Presbyterian settlers. This quilt tells an amazing story. 65, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. Best of the best today, 65.7. Your turn at 65.7. Splashing with color. Only thing better is the story it tells. 65.7. Take a look at the Scottish thistles, all connected with the Scottish Presbyterian settlers in Perth County. At 65.7, your turn. Got to run. Hammers up. Coming down. Anybody else want in? Hey, when it's gone, it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone. 7,000, 7,500, your turn. At 7,075, when it's gone, it's gone. Does it get any better than this? You know as well as I do, it does not. 7,500, 8,000. 8,000, what a rug. 8,000, what a bed rug. At 75, 8,000 now. 8,000 now, 75.8. Fair warning, 75.8, as good as it gets. 75.8 coming down. Anybody else? 7,500, 8,000. Hammers coming down. 75.8 where? 7,500, 8,000. Fair warning. Sold right there. Thank you. Thank you so much. All part of the wonderful Fagan collection. Best of the best. And take a look at this. If it doesn't get any better than this. Wow. An incredible tobacco leaf decorated blanket chest. Absolutely fabulous piece of Canadiana here. From the best of the best collection, $2,750 and $3,000 now where? $3,000, $32 and $50. It doesn't get any nicer. You will not find a nicer blanket chest than this. And you know it, $3,000, $32 and a half now. Paint beyond belief, properly illustrated in Bird's book. $3,000, $32.50. At $3,000, $32.50. It's what they call the best of the best. $3,000, $32.50 in Bird's book. $3,500. Best of the best in Bird's book. $32 and a half. $3,500. Your turn. $35, $750 now. At $37.50, the paint is exploding. At $35, $37.50 now. Best of the best in Bird's book. $3,500, $750 now. Where? At $35 and $750 now. At $35, $750. Seems like a bargain to me for a book, a legendary book piece in the Canadian Hall of Fame. $35, $37.50, tobacco leaf decorated. $35, $37.5. Now that is bragging rights. $35, $37.50. Fair warning, hammers in the air. $35 only, $37.50. Where would you find one? $35, $750 in the Hall of Fame, Bird's book. $35, $7.5. Anybody else want in? At $35, $750. Fair warning. Hammers up, coming down. $3,500, $7.5. $35 now, $750. Where? $3,500, $750. Fair warning. Sold it. Thank you. Thank you.
Lot number 100. Here's a special lamp. It's the Ripley Wedding Double Kerosene Stand Lamp. Beautiful example here in all blue. $950, now $1,000. What a gorgeous example. At 11, then $1,200 now. At 11, then 1,200, 1,200, then 13, please. At 12, and then 13, got to be 12, and then 1,300 now. That starch blue, sometime blue opaline. At 13, then 1,400 is what they call it sometimes. From Ripley, at 14, 1,500. At 14, and then 1,500, thank you, 1,600 now. If you've been waiting for a very nice example, 16, 1,700, this is it. These lamps often plagued with condition issues, especially around the joinery. At 1,600, 17, please. At 16, then 1,700 now. 16, then 17, got to bid 16, then 1,700 now. Are we all done then? Got to run. 16, 17, and then 1,800. At 17, and then 1,800, 7201, your turn. 18, then 1,900. At 18, then 19, the all blue version, rare in all blue. Blue base and blue fonts. At 17, 18, 1,900, try it at 2,000. At 19, then 2,000 now. At 2,000, then 22 and a half, please. At 2, then 22 and a half. I get 2,000 on the 22.50. At 2, then 22 and a half, and then 22 and a half now. 2,000, then 22 and a half. Are we all done? Fair warning then. At 2,000 bid, you're in 7201. I've got you on. Now 22 and a half, hammers in the air. Fair warning. Any further bids? Sold it at 2,000. Lot number 101 here. Here's an exceptional biscuit barrel in enameled striped blue opalescent glass. At 200 bid, then 225, please. 2's the bid, then 225 now on the exceptional biscuit barrel. At 200, then 225. Got a bid 200 here, then 225 now. At 200, then 225. I got 200 on the 225. Are we all done? Fair warning. At 200, then 225. Sold it there, 200. Lot number 102. Ah, yes, lots of interest in this pairing. The early amethyst and green 3-mold blown decanters here. Very early glass. Very special to find a pair like this. And we've been advanced to 42 and a half, asking 45. Got it here. Yes, now 47.50 on the gorgeous pair of early amethyst and green, 3 mold blown decanters, 45, now 47.50. At 47.5 and then 5,000 now. 47.5 and then 5,000, got 47.50, then 5. 5,000 now 5,500. At 5 and then 55, got a bid 5 and then 55, got a bid 5 and then 5,500 now. 5,000 bid, 55, thank you, 6,000. At 5,500, then 6,000, your turn, now 6,500. At 6,000, then 65, got a bid 6,000, then 6,500 now. At 6,500, then 7,000. 6,500 bid, then 7,000 now, and 7,500. Important American glass, very early. At 7,000, then 7,500. 75 and then 8,000 now. At 75 and then 8, got a bid 75 and then 8. Bids on the telephone, bids everywhere. Live auctioneers, M&M at 8,000, now 8,500. At 8 and then 85, got a bid 8 here, then 8,500 now. At 8 and then 85, got a bid 8 and then 8,500. Shouldn't be much to think about. Canadian dollars, everybody. 85 now, 9,000. At 85 and then 9,000 now. 85 and then 9, got a bid 85 and then 9. What do they say? 8,500, then 9,095. At 9 and then 95. This is what it's all about. Amethyst and green examples here. At 9, now 9,500. 9 and then 95, got a bid 9 and then 95, got a bid 9 and then 95. On the radar of all the serious American glass collectors, this pairing is. At 9, now 9,500. Shouldn't be much to think about, but I've got to put my hammer in the air because we've got to move along. We're at 9,000, asking 9,500. Care to try it one more time? You've come this far. Live auctioneers, M&M, anybody at this point, my hammer's in the air. Fair warning on this rare pairing. At 9, now 9,500. Anybody else? Last chance, final call. Thank you very much. Sold at 9,000. We sold the pair of early decanters, and we're moving on. We've got another one here, lot number 103, an early cobalt blue decanter here with its stopper, this example. At 225 only, now 250, take it, yes, now 275, please. At 2.5 and then 275, go 300 now. 275, 300, then 325, please. At 300, then 325, and then 350, go 350, go 325, and then 3.5, and now 375. 350, then 75 now, got a bit 3.5 and 75, and then 400. 400, then 425, please. At 400, then 425, got a bit 400 on, then 425 now. At 400, then 25, got a bit 400, then 425 now, got a bit 400, then 425, and then 425, and then 425, and 50. At 425, and then 450 on this early decanter. 425 and then 450. At 425 and then 450, go 425 and then 4.5. I'm at 425 here and then 450. Are we all done then? Fair warning. At 425 and then 450, last chance and final call. Sold them at, or sold it rather, at 425. Thank you. And lot number 104. Here's a special little bench. Gotta love the color on this Letterkenny red bench. Yep. 375, 400 on the phone. Thank you. 425, 475, 500, then 550, 600 now. At 600, then 6.5. You're out. At 600, then 6.5. Now 700. Yes, the bid's on the phone. At 650, 700. You're out again. 7.5, and now 800. 7.5 on the phone, and then 800 now. 850, please. 850. 850 now, yes, now 900. At 900, then 950, 950, then 1,000. At 9.5, and then $1,000 now, please. At 9.5, and then 1,000. At 950, then 1, got a bid 950, then 1, got a bid 950, 1,000, and then 1,100. Back to you, 7026. At 1,000, then 11, go 1,200 now. At 11, then 12, at a bid 11, then 12, at a bid 11, then 1,200, 12, 13. At 12, and then 1,300 now. 12, and then 13. The bid's on the phone at 12, 1,300 then. At 13, then 1,400 now. 1,400, thank you, 1,500 then. 14, and then 1,500 now on the Letterkenny bench. At 15, 1,600. 15, then 1,600, 1,700. At 16, then 1,700 now. 16, then 1,700 now on the red painted bench here from Renfrew County, Letterkenny. 17 at 1,800 now, Ben. 17 at 1,800 now. Yes, thank you, of course. Now 1,900. At 18, then 1,900 now on the beautiful bench. At 18, then 19, got a bit 18, then 1,900 now. The bid's on the telephone. At 18, then 19, got a bit 18, then 1,900 now. Last chance, then got to run. At 18, 1,900, final call to bid. Any further? Thank you. 19, now 2,000, Ben. You've got to be 2,000. Yep. Thank you. 2,000 on the telephone, 22.5 back to you. 7026, your turn. At 2,022.5. I've got to run though. Fair warning, everybody. Hammers in the air at 222.5. Any further action? Fair warning. Sold it to the telephone. Well done. Thank you, Ben. And thank you to our telephone bidder. Lot number 105 brings us to a nice pair of 2 Ontario Timbre tables. from the Fagan collection at 1,000 for the pair, 1,000 for the pair, now 1,100. I'm at 1,000 here. Nice surface on these as well. These, of course, illustrated, yes, on the telephone, 1,100, 1,200. Peter, you're good at 12? Oh, you took it here? 13. 1,300 now? You took it with Peter? You have 12, 13, bids everywhere at 1,300. Took it here. The bid is with Peter? Or on the, okay. You've got to be 14, 1,500, Peter? 1,600 now. 15, 1,600. The bid's online. 16 on the phone now. 16 on the phone. The bid's on the phone now. 16, thank you. 1,700 here. Now 1,800, please. 18, Peter? 18? Yep. Oh, took it here. Took it here. No, we took it here. You got to be 1,900, Peter. 1,900. Yep. 19. 19 took it here. 2,000 now. You took it? I did. Thank you. 2,000 now, Peter. 2,000? Yes, on the phone. 2,000. We've got Peter on at 2. Yep. Peter on at 2. Now 22 and a half. At 2,000, the 22 and a half. Our phone bidder is on at 2. Now 22 and a half, please. At 2, then 22.50, then 2, then 22 half. 2, then 22.50, then 2, then 22 half. Exhibited in the Country Heritage Loan Exhibition, the famous exhibition in Montgomery Mills in 1974, and illustrated in Canadian Country Furniture. Bird's book. Book pieces here, exhibition pieces, 2,000 bid on the telephone, now 22 and a half, got it 2,500, back to you, Peter. At 2, 22.50, then 2,500, yes, 2,500, then 27 and a half. The bid's on the phone again, at 25 and then 27.50, at 25 and then 27.50. They've got it all. 2,500 on the telephone, then 27.50, please. At 25 and then 27 and a half. Are we all done? Got to run then on this fabulous pair of 2 Ontario timbre tables from the Fagan collection. Hammers in the air then at 2,500, asking 27 and a half. Any further bids? Fair warning then. Thank you. 27 and a half. Now 3,000. Now 3,000. You've got to be 3. Yes. We've got 27.50 with M&M. Yes, of course. 3,000. Now 32 and a half. At 3,000, 32 and a half. No time to think anymore. We've got to run at 3,000 on the phone, then 32.50. Any further bids? At 3,000, then 32 and a half. Fair warning. Anyone else? Last chance and final call. Sold it right there. 3,000 to Peter's bidder. Lot number 105 is sold at 3,000. We move along to 106. Another fine example of an Ontario Regency armchair. We're at 15, asking 1,600. Yep. Thank you, Ben. Now 16, 1,700. At 16, then 1,700 now. 16, then 17. Got a bid 16, then 17, 1,700. Thank you. Now 1,800, 1,800. At 17, and then 1,800. 17, and then 1,800. At 17, and then 18. Got a bid 17, and then 1,800 now. At 17, and then 18. Got a bid 17, and then 1,800. We've got 17. We need 18, Ben Lennox. Yep. Thank you, 1,800. Now, Mr. Pernfuss, 18, 1,900. At 18, then 1,900. At 18, then 19. Got a bid 18, then 1,900 now. We've got Ben Lennox's bidder in, his telephone bidder in at 18, then 1,900. At 18, then 19. Got a bid 18, then 1,900 now. Anyone else? Fair warning then on this. Thank you, 19. As I put the hammer up, a bid has come in at 19. 2,000 back to you. Yep. Thank you. 19, 2,000, now 22 and a half. The bid's back with our telephone bidder. 22 and a half and then 2,500, please. 22 and a half and then 25. Yes, 2,200, 22.50, then 25, got it on the phone, then 27.50. 25 and then 27 and a half now. At 25 and then 27 and a half, go 3,000. Try it at 3. At 27.50, 3,000. Thank you. Now 32 and a half. The bid's with Ben. At 3,000, then 32 and a half. At 3,000 bid, then 32 and a half on the fabulous Regency Country armchair. At 3,000, 32 and a half from the Fagan collection. Hammers up then. At 3,000 on the phone, now 32.50. Fair warning on this Kingston found piece. 32.50, now 35. At 32.50, 35, a bid has come in on the internet. Thank you, 3,500. Shouldn't be anything to think about. An historically important chair here today at 35 and 37.50, 35 and then 37 and a half. The bids with the phone with Ben Lennox's bidder at 35 and then 37 and a half, 35 and then 37.50. No time to think now at 35, 37.50. But you've come this far. Give it one more shot. It just may do it. Your money's safe in a piece like this at 37 and a half. Now 4,000. 37 and a half and then 4,000 now. Yes, now 42 and a half. A decided bid from Ben's telephone bidder has brought us to 4,000. We're asking 42 and a half. At 4,000 now, 42 and a half on this fabulous Kingston armchair, 4,000, then 42.50. Your turn, 72.51. Thank you. Now 4,500, 42.5, and then 4,500 now. At 42.50, then 4,500. We're at 42.5 with our online bidder, and now 4,500. We're at 42.50, then 45. Just one more try. At 42.50, then 4,500. I've got to run.
Yep.
Thank you. 45. Thank you. 45. They're in at 45. Now 47.5. At 45 and then 47.50. 45 and then 47.5. You've come this far. Why stop now? At 45 and then 47.5. 7051. Try it again. I've got to run then. At 45 and 47.50. My hammer is up. Fair warning on this special country armchair at 45, 47.5. Our telephone bidder is in. Hammer is up. Last chance and fair warning. Anybody else? Sold it to Ben's bidder. Sold it to Ben Lennox's telephone bidder. Thank you very much, everybody, for your participation at lot number 107. Got some great chairs in the sale today. This early rocker, that big bulbous stretcher at 150 only. Now 175, please. 1.5 and then 175. Got a bid 150 here, then 175 now. At 150, then 75. At 150, then 175. What do you say? 1.5 and then 175. At 150 here, 175 now. Last chance then. Do they want in, Ben? At thank you, 175 with the telephone bidder. 200, then 225. You're out again. Try it at 225. At 200, the 25. Get up at 225 now. At 200, the 225. 225 and then 50. At 225 and then 250. Go 225 and then 2.5. 225 and then 250. Go 225 and then 2.5 now. Hot 225 here, then 250. Are we all done? Fair warning then. Last chance. Final call. Oh, 250. That was close. Now 275. 250 will take it now. 275, please. 2.5 and then 75 now. 250 then 75 and then 75. Should be nothing to think about here. At 250 then 75 now.
You're out. I need 275.
Fair warning then at 2.5 now. 275. Okay. Sold at 250. Thank you very much. Sold it to the online bidder. Lot number 108. Here's a fabulous Waterloo County side table. Gotta love that grain painted surface here. At 325 only. Now 350. 325, then 350, 75, and 400 now. At 375, and then 4, got 375 here, then 400, got 3, 425, and then 450. Another one from the Fagan collection at 425 and 450. 425, now 4.5 at 425, and then 450, go 450, go 450 now. Thank you. 75 then at 450, then 75, and 50, then 75, and 50, then 75 now. At 450, then 75, and 50, then 75, and 50 here, then 75 now. Where? At 450, then 75, and 50, then 75, and 450, then 475. Are we all done? Fair warning then on this great Waterloo County side table. Hammers up at 4.5, then 475. Sold it there, 450. Great buy, great eye. Lot number 109 here. There's movement in this wood, this flame birch chest of drawers. Classic Hebblewhite style here at New Brunswick, circa 1835. An early chest of drawers at 1700, now 18. Got it? 1900 now. Special wood. 1900, we took it here, Peter. 2000, you've got to be. At 19, then 2000, you're out. You got to be 2000, thank you. 2000, then 22.5. No, we took it. Thank you. 2000, 22.5. We need 2000 at 22.50. Go 2000, then 22.5. At 2000 bid, then 22.50. Back to you, 7,500 if you'd like. At 2000, then 22.5. We took the bid with the telephone bidder at 2000, now 22.5. 2,000 bid, then 22.50. Thank you. 22.5 now 2,500. At 22.5 bid here, then 25, 22.5, and then 2,500 now. You're all out. At 22.50, then 25. I've got you in 7306. You're in. At 22.50 now 2,500 on the fabulous flame birch chest of drawers. Hammers in the air here. At 22.5, 2,500. Fair warning. Any further bids? 2,500. Last minute, but I'll take it. Now 2750, 7306. You were this close. Try it again. At 25, then 27.5 now. At 25, and then 2750. Go 27.5. At 25, and then 27.5. Are we all done? Fair warning then. At 2500, then 27.5. Any further bids? Sold it there. You got it. 7516. Well done. Sold at 2500. Lot number 110. It's an early blanket chest here in nice blue surface. At 400, now 475, 450, 75, and 500, then 550. 500, then 550, 600 now. At 5.5 and then 600, get 5.5 here and then 6. I bet 550, then 600 now. You're in at 5.5. Now 600, please. At 550, then 6 now. 6.5. At 600, then 6.5 now. This one coming from the Tom and Cliff Stanton collections. At 600, then 650. 600 bid, then 6.5. 600, then 650. Go 600 here in an early blanket chest. But I've got to run at 600 now. 6.5. Any further bids? Final call, then, everybody, at 600, then 6.5. Sold it there, 600. Lot number 111 is next here. This one is charming, the small blind door hanging cupboard in nice original condition. Rare to find them this nice at 1,500, now 16. At 1,500 here, then 1,600 now. Nice red-brown surface at 15, then 1,600. 16, then 1,700. 16, then 17, got it at 16 here, then 1,700 now. At 17, and then 1,800. 17 and then 1,800 now. 17, 18, now 1,900. 1,800 bid, then 1,900 now. 18, then 1,900 now. At 19, 2,000 then. 19, then 2,000 now. At 19, then 2, got to be 19, then 2, got to be 19, then 2, and the fabulous small blind door hanging cupboard. At 19 and then 2,000. 19 and then 2,000 now. At 19 and then 2, got to get your bids in. Got to run. 2,000, then 22.5. 2, then 22.50. 2,000 bid, then 22.5. At 2,000 here, then 22.5. At 2,000, then 22.50. Go 22.50. Anybody else? Fair warning then. At 2,000, now 22.5. Hammers in the air. Got to run on this small blind door hanging cupboard. Fair warning. Anybody else? Sold there at 2,000. It just keeps getting better. Lot number 112. Check out the sponge paint on this blanket box. Dramatic. At 450, now 475. This one found in Middleton, Nova Scotia at 450 only, then 475 now. 4.5 and then 75 and 500. At 475 and 500, then 550. 500 then 550, go 500 then 550, go 500 then 5.5. 5.5 and 600 now. 600 then 650. At 600 then 6.5. It's just got a great look to it. 650, 700. At 6.5 and then 700 now. Got a bit 6.5 and then 700. Strap hinges, dovetailed, all the features you'd expect to find in a nice early box. 650, 700. 6.5 and 700 now. Got to run then at 650, 700. Anybody else? 650 is bid. Now 700. Fair warning. My hammer is up at 650, 700. Sold it there, 6.5. Thank you. Up, we sold it at 6.5. Thank you. Lot number 113. Getting into some of the nicer case pieces of furniture. This, the Ontario Walnut chest of drawers with that nice reading. 375. Now 400. 375. We need 400, please. At 375 and 400 now. 400 and 425 and 50. 425 and then 450, 475 and 500 now, 550, 600. 5.5 and 600 now, 650, 700. 6.5, 700, 750, 800 now. At 750, then 850, 900 now. 850, then 900, do 1,000. 950, then 1,000, please. At 950, then 1, gotta be 950, then 1, gotta be 950, then 1, gotta be 1,000, 1,100, then 1,200. And 11, then 12, gotta be 11, then 12, at 13, now 1,400. 13, then 1,400 now. 15, 1,600. At 15, 1,600. At 15, then 16, gotta be 15, then 1,600 now. At 15, then 16, 17, 1,800 on this fine chest of drawers. At 17, and then 1,800 now. 17, and then 18, got a bit 17, and then 1,800 now. At 18, then 19, try 2,000, please. 19, then 2,000. Add 19, then 2, got a bit 19, then 2, got a bit 19, then 2, got a bit 19 here, then 2,000. Try it again, 73.16. 2 on at 22.50. Yes, you're in. Now 2,500. I've got you in 75.33. You're still in. But I'm asking 25 now, 73.16, your turn. At 22.50, then 25 now, 22.50, then 25. Try it again. At 22.50, then 25. Fair warning, then got to run on this fabulous chest of drawers. Hammers in the air. At 22.5 now, 2,500. Fair warning. Any further bids? Final call then at 22.5, 2,500. Sold it there at 22.50. We sold it at 22.5. And that brings us quickly to lot number 114, a nice primitive hanging cupboard here in that dry red paint, a welcoming surface, circa 1840 Ontario. 1,000, thank you. 1,100 then. 1,000 then 1,100. We've got 1,000 here, then 11, try it at 1,200, 13 then, at 12 and then 1,300. 12 and then 13, got a bid 12 and then 1,300 now. Rarely do they come this honest at 14, 1,500. 14 then 1,500 now, at 14 then 15, got a bid 14 then 1,500. At 14 here, then 1,500 now, 16, 1,700. 16 then 1,700 now, got a bid 16 then 17 now. 16 then 17, if you'd like it, you've got a bid. Bid now, 16, 1,700. 16 then 17, I got a bid 16 then 1,700 now, got a run then at 16 then 17. Fair warning on this fabulous hanging cupboard. 17, thank you. I'll take it 1,800 now, and just like that, you're out. At 18, then 1,900. 18, then 19, get a bit 18, then 1,900 now. At 18, then 19, if you'd like to try it again, you can, but you got to run. At 18, then 1,900. Fair warning, everybody. At 18, then 1,900. Last chance. Final call, then, at 18, 1,900. Got to run. Fair warning. Sold it at 1,800. We sold it at 1,800, lot number 135 here, the Nootka wooden hat. We've been advanced here to 2,500 on this fabulous Nootka woven hat here. Check out the condition, again, found on Salt Spring Island in British Columbia. A lot of chatter on this. 25 and now 27 and a half here. A special piece decorated with killer whales pursued by hunters in canoes. 27 and a half. Thank you. Now 3,000, please. No, we've got 27 and a half. Yes, you're in. You're in 7120. Now 3,000, please. At 27 and a half, then 3,000 now on the Nootka woven hat at 27 and a half. Now 3,000. 27 and a half and then 3,000 now. Strong colors and good patina at 27 and a half. Now 3,000. What's your bidder saying, Ben? 27 and a half, 3,000. Do they want to jump in? At 27 and a half, then 3,000 now. At 27.50, then 3, got to bid 27.50, then 3. Last chance, then got to run. Fair warning, everybody, on the Nootka hat. 27 and a half, 3. Sold it there, 27.50. Thank you. Lot number 136. A fabulous Micmac quill box. Dome top with chevron motifs. Everything you want in a great one. At 42 and a half, now 4,500. The amount of phone calls we've fielded on this piece at 42 and a half, now 4,500. Here it is at 42.50, then 4,500 now. At 42.50, then 45, got to bid 42.50, then 4,500 now. At 42 and a half, at 42 and a half, and now 4,500 now. 42.50, you're in. I've got you on 71.79 on this fabulous Micmac quill box at 42.50, then 4,500 now. Is that where we end? At 42 and a half, now 4,500. Anybody else waiting in the wings on this fabulous quill box? Fair warning. Last chance, then, and final call. We've got to run 42 and a half and then 4,500. Sold right there at 42.50. Thank you very much. And then lot number 37 comes along. The great Haida Image cigar box here with Northwest Coast imagery. At 550, now 600. Now, what a great cigar box. 5.5 and 600 then. At 550, then 600 now. Got to bid 5.5 and then 600. At 550, then 600 now. Got to bid 5.5 and then 6. I'm at 550, then 600 now. Is that it? Is that all? 600, then 6.5. Now 700. 6.5 and then 700 now. Got to bid 6.5 and then 700. At 650, then 700. Got to bid 6.5 and then 700 now. Last chance and final call then at 650, 700 on the Haida Image cigar box. Sold it at 650. Lot number 138. Excuse me, the painting of an Ontario river scene. An oil on canvas. At 275, now 300, very well executed. Again, coming from the Stanton collections at 325 and 50. 325 and then 350 now, going to bid 375 and 400. At 375 and 400 now, going to bid 375 here, then 400, go 375 here on this nice Ontario oil on canvas. It's a river scene at 400, then 425. I've got the bid 400 on, then 425 now. Got a bid 400, then 425, and 400 here, then 425 now. At 400, then 25, and then 25, and then 25. What do you say? At 400, then 425. Fair warning then, last chance, got to run. Here's a bargain. At 400, then 425. Thank you. Now 50. 425 and then 450. At 425 and then 450, are we all through and done? Sold it there, 425. Moving along to lot number 139. You're buying a lot of 3 pieces here. There's 2 Ontario carvings and a pottery bird whistle. Waterloo County. The whistle coming from the Martin family in St. Jacobs. 75 bid, then 100 now. At 75 and then 100 now. An opportunity at 100 and 125. And 100 and 125. Got to bid 100 here, then 125. Now, I've got to bid 100, then 125. I've got to bid 100 here, then 125. Are we all done? At 100 only. Now 125. Thank you. 150. 125 and then 150. Go 125 and then 1.5. Last chance and final call. Any further bids? 150, 175. Got to go at 175 and 200 then. 175 and then 200 now. Got to bid 175 here and then 200. Are we all through? Fair warning then. 175, 200. Sold 175, and I'll pass the gavel to Ethan for lot number 140.
Thank you, Justin. Moving along here to the Leisure Cemetery urn at 250. Hey, you've earned it. 250, 275, 275 now, 300 where? 325 now, rare form, 325, 350 now, at 25.50, signed at 350, 375, at 75 now, 75, 350, 75, 400 now. Where do you find one signed? These are the pieces, 425 now, 425 now, at 425 now, it's signed. Thank you on the phone at 425, you're out, 450 online. 475 out again at 450, 75 now where? 75 now 5, 75 now 5. When's the last time you've seen one? 500, 550 now. At 500, rare form, 550, 600 where? At 5.5 now, 600 where? 550 here, 600 where? On the telephone at 556. Anybody else? Hammers coming down. Anyone else want in on the rare Leisure Cemetery urn? 556. Last chance and final call at 556 coming down. Sold 550 on the phone. Thank you for joining us today. It is a Canadiana blockbuster here. The W. Miller Napanee Merchant Jug is next at 1100, 1200 where? 1100, 1200 where? 1100, 1200 where? Gotta love it. 1100, 1200 where? Nice one. 1112. Anyone else? 1112. Anywhere else? 111200 where? Fair warning then. Hammers in the air coming down. 1100, 1200, 1100, 1200 where? Sold 11, thank you, 142. 142 is the rare signed Albion pottery spittoon there. This one, a great one, signed, a beauty. 300, 3,000, 32.5 now, please. 3,000, 32.50. If I was building a collection of pottery, I'd base it on pieces like this. 3,000. 32.5, 3,000, 32.50 where? At 3,000, 32.50, the best of the best today. Take a look at what you're buying here. The best of the best, John Church collection. Doesn't get any better than that. 3,000, 32.5. Anyone else want in? 3,000, it's signed. 32.5 coming down. Fair warning, 3,000, 32.50. When it's gone, it's gone. 3,000, 32.5, last chance and final call. 3,000, 32.5. I sold it there at 3. That's sold. 143 coming up. It's the Eberhard 5-gallon decorated jar here. The best of the best today, isn't it? Isn't that the truth? 3,000, 32.5 on this one. 3,000, 32.50. At 3,000, lots of competitive rigor on this before the sale. 3,000, 32.50. Fair warning at 3,000, 32.50. Anyone else want in? Folks, when it's gone, it's gone. There's no apologies. 3,000, 32.50. Anywhere else? Fair warning, 3,000, 32.50. Sold 3,000, thank you. 143 becomes 144, the rare Berlin 5-gallon decorated piece here. Berlin, what a beauty there for sure. At 550, 600 now, 650 now, 700, that's rare. At 650, 750 now, 800 now, where? V.F. Weber, 800, 850 now. Where on the Berlin piece? At 800 now, 850. A rare merchant, 800, 850 now. Your turn. At 800 now, 850. Took it now, 900. Where? Took it now, 950. Where? 950, 1,000, 1,100 now. Rare name, 1,000, 1,100. When they're gone, they're gone. At 1,000, 1,100 now. At 1,000, how do you put a price on rarity? 1,000, 11 coming down. At 1,000, when it's gone, it's gone. Berlin, Weber, 11, took it, 1,200 now. 1,200, 13, when it's gone, it's gone. At 1,200, 1,300 now. At 1,213, gotta run. 1,213, coming down. 1,400 now. Where? At 1,314, the rarest names. 1,500 now. The rarest names today in pottery. 1,600 now. 1,600 now. 15, 16, just do it. 15, bid now, please. 16 coming down. Anywhere else? Any further action? 1,500, 16 now. Where? Sold right there. What a day. What an exciting day for Canadiana today.
Lot number 186. This Stahlschmidt roll top desk, kind of like the Canadian version of the American Wooten desk. An exceptional piece of office furniture here. Check out the amount of drawers, cubbies, secret hiding places. Everything you want in a fabulous office desk here. It's as good as it gets for Canadian office furniture at $32.5, and exceptionally rare to boot at $32.50, now $3,500. A recent discovery, and happy to have furniture of this quality coming in through the doors at $32.50, $3,500 now. At $32.5, the Canadian Wooten desk at $32.50, then $3,500 now. At $32.50, then $35, at $32.50 here, then $3,500 now. You're in, $35, thank you, now $37.5 on the Stahlschmidt roll top desk. At $37.5 and $4,000 now. $37.50, then $4,000, got a bid for, then $42.5. At $42.5 and then $4,500, it's right back to you. At $42.50, then $45, got a bid $42.50 for $4,500, then $47.5 and $5,000. The roll top for Kings. $5,000, then $55 and $6,000 now. Exceptionally rare at $5,500, then $6,000 now. By Stahlschmidt and Company in Preston, Ontario. Hard to believe such a thing was made not far from where we are today. At $5,500, then $6,000 now. $5,500 here, then $6,000. Find me another one at $55 and then $6,000 now, especially not in original condition like this. Absolutely not. $55 and $6,000. A major opportunity here. As important as any Canadian furniture. $55, $6,000 then. $75, $17. Don't let this one get away. The roll top desk for Kings at $55 and then $6,000 now. Gonna bid $55 and then $6,000. Thank you. $6,500. $6,000 then $6,500. $7,000. I don't even want to know what something like this would have cost new at $6,500. The features, the details that go above and beyond what you typically find in a roll top desk. $75, $8,000, then $8,500. At $8,000, $85, and then $9,000. $85, $9, and then $9,500. $95, and then $10,000, please. At $9,500, then $10,000 now. $95 on the Stahlschmidt roll top desk. The Canadian Wooten desk at $95 and then $10,000 now. You're on at $95 and asking $10,000 then, please. You're out $75.17. I'm asking $10,000 now. At $95 and then $10,000 now. Got $95 and then $10. Got a bid $95 and then $10,000 now. Thank you, $10,000 and welcome back in. I assure you, you're making the right decision. $11, then $12,000. $12 and $13,000 now. At $12 and then $13, $13 and $14,000. Talk around. A lot of people didn't even know such a thing existed. At $15, $16,000. At $15,000 bid, then $16,000. Now got to bid $15, then $16,000. It's the Canadian Wooten desk. At $15, then $16,000 from Preston, Ontario. At $15, then $16,000 with all the bells and whistles. $15, $16,000 now. $15, then $16,000, $15, then $16,000. Undoubtedly, the desk for some important figure at $15, $16,000, $15, then $16,000. Now, got a bid $15, then $16,000. Try it again. I wouldn't let it get away. At $15, then $16,000. I wouldn't even know where to direct you to look for another one at 15 and 16,000 now, but I've got a run at 15 and 16,000. Thank you. 17, right back to you. 7424. Do not let it get away at 16 and 17,000. At 16 and 17, get up at 17. Thank you. 18,000 now. As good as it gets for Canadian furniture. It's the Canadian Wooten desk at 17, 18, now 19,000. 18 bid, then 19,000. At 18, then 19, got about 18,000, now 19. At 18, then 19, got about 18, 19, go 20,000, please. 19 is bid, then 20,000. It's back to you. At 19, then 20, got about 19, then 20, got about 19, then 20. At 19 here, then 20,000, now got about 19, then 20, got about 19, then 20. An historic piece, an important piece of Canadian furniture. 19, then 20. Thank you. 21,000. Back to you, 7424 at 21. 20 is bid and you're on. Yes, now 21,000, please. The roll top for Kings. 20, then 21,000. At 20, then 21. Got to be 20, then 21,000. Quality, originality, the workmanship, everything here that you'd want in a very, very special deluxe piece of furniture. At 20, then 21,000. My hammer is up. I've got to run, and I would not let this one get away. I recommend you try it again, but my hammer's in the air at 20,000. Now 21,000. Fair warning then, everybody. At 20, then 21,000. Hammer's in the air. Last chance on this Canadian version of the American Wooten desk. We know what the Wootens sell for. At 20, then 21. Hammer's up. Fair warning. 21,000. Thank you. Now 22. Now 22,000, please, 7517. 22, thank you, 23,000 then. 22 and then 23,000. Price out a Wooten desk. Type it in. There's lots of results. This is the Canadian version at 22, then 23,000. 22, then 23,000 now. At 22 and then 23,000, as important as any of the important pieces of furniture in the sale today. 22, then 23,000, last chance. Hammer's up, and at 22, asking 23, got a run at 22, 23,000 on the Stahl Schmidt roll top desk. Fair warning. Sold it at 22,000. Well done. Nice to see the attention for our great furniture here in Canada. And we're just getting started because lot number 187 is the monumental clock by John K. Lemp in Tavistock, Ontario. Fewer clocks are as well documented as this clock. Very few examples out there known, and a great history to it, documented in all the important Canadian furniture books. We've got 3,500 on the telephone with Ben Lennox. Happy to see this come through the door. It's in the Early Canadian Timekeepers book, another example of this, but this one just surfacing recently from the original, or coming from the original family at 3,500. Thank you. Now 37.5. We've got 3,500, now 37.5. Few clocks or few pieces of furniture come with such a story, a documented story, than this one by the John K. Lemp. The family, so important historically in Tavistock, Ontario. The Historic Society came by from Tavistock, mesmerized by this clock, scrutinizing every part of it. It's unbelievable to think that this gentleman made the movement, the case, everything. The clock was entirely made by Lemp, a machinist slash carpenter, at 35 and 37.50. 35's bid on the telephone. You're in, Ben, at 35, now 37.5 now. At 35, he made a clock, but not only a clock, a calendar clock with that complication at 35 and then 37.50. Unquestionably a very, very talented man. At 35 and then 37.5 now. At 35 and then 37.50, go 35 and then 37.5. At 35 here and then 37.50. 35 and then 37.50. Another one of these in the Canadian Museum of History. 35 and then 37.50. At 3,500 on the telephone, now 37.5. We're selling it today, make no mistakes. At 3,500, hammers in the air. Thank you, 37.5. Just waiting in the wings. 4,000, of course, now 42.5. Back to you, 72.69 at 4,000 and 42.5. We've got to go quick now, 42.5 and then 4,500. Thank you, 45 and then 47.5. At 45, bidden and 47.50 on this important Canadian clock, and now 5,000. Thank you, 5,500. 5 and then 55. I got to bid 5 and then 55. I got to bid 5 and then 5,500 now. 72.69. It's your turn at 5,500. 5 and then 5,500. And now 55 and 6,000. Now 6,500. At 6 and now 65. I got to bid 6 and then 6,500 now. now. At 6 and then 65, I got a bid 6 and then 6,500 now. 72.69, it's your turn. 6,000 bid, then 6,500 now. The bids with the telephone with Ben's bidder at 6 and then 6,500 now. I'd have thought much, much more for such a rare, important clock. At 6,000 then 6,500, inlaid case. Again, entirely made by this gentleman. 6,000, now 6,500. At 6 and then 65, at 6 and then 65 now. Are we all done? Fair warning then. At 6,000, now 6,500. 72.69. I invite you back for one more bid. My hammer's in the air, though I've got to run. 6,000, now 6,500. Last chance. Final call. Any further bids? Sold it there at 6,000.
Going to the Tavistock Historical Society.
Well done,
You're
Ben.
having
Thank
a
you.
party. It's exciting.
That's very exciting. Always nice to hear stories like that.
Well, that brings us to the close of another episode of Auction Studio, the best of Miller & Miller Auctions.
You can find all of our past episodes on Auction Studio YouTube channel.
Or be sure to follow us and stay in the loop at www.millerandmillerauctions.com.
The preceding program has been presented by Ballinran Entertainment, marking 30 years of filmmaking excellence in 2025. From Stratford to the world, we bring compelling stories to life.